Like a bolt from the blue, the news broke about the loss of the strategically important settlement of MIRNOYE in the Zaporizhia direction of the front by the armed forces of Ukraine. Moreover, influential Russian telegram channels, citing their sources, said that the loss of this village by the armed forces of Ukraine had shocked the Ukrainian General Staff. According to them, the Ukrainian High Military Command did not expect that Russian troops would attack precisely this village, located between Gulyaipol and Kharkiv. The Ukrainian generals were sure that all Russian main forces in the Zaporizhia direction of the front were concentrated in the area of the Rabotino-Verbov line. Moreover, for a long time, the situation near the village of MIRNOYE was very calm, and there were not even positional battles. All this led to the fact that the Ukrainian High Military Command sincerely believed that the Russians would not strike at this sector of the front. However, as subsequent events showed, the Ukrainian General Staff was deeply mistaken, as a result of which the armed forces of Ukraine lost a strategically important settlement from a military point of view. Let me remind you that on March 18, 2024, the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation officially announced that the Russian army had liberated the village of MIRNOYE, in the Zaporizhia region. According to the Russian military department, this village was liberated by units of the 35th Army under the designation Vostok, which means in English East. It is reported that during the lightning attack, Russian troops managed to completely dislodge units of the 203rd Battalion of the 108th Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine from this settlement. During the fighting, the armed forces of Ukraine lost about 30 soldiers, 1 tank, and 5 infantry fighting vehicles. At the same time, war correspondents confirmed the fact that many Ukrainian soldiers threw down their weapons and fled from their positions in this village, since the attack of the Russian troops was indeed very lightning-fast and unexpected. All attempts by the Ukrainian command to stabilize the situation and regain lost positions in this village have completely failed. According to war correspondents, the armed forces of Ukraine made 2 attempts to counterattack Russian positions and regain control over the lost village. However, all the reserves of the Ukrainian army thrown into battle were completely destroyed. According to Russian telegram channels, the loss of the village of MIRNOYE by the armed forces of Ukraine indicates that the defense of the Ukrainian army is very unstable in many areas of the line of combat contact. Moreover, even many Western military experts have noticed this. According to them, if the Russian army goes on a full-scale offensive along the entire front line, then the defense of the armed forces of Ukraine simply will not stand it, and will collapse in the most unstable areas, as a result of which the domino effect will occur, which will lead to a massive retreat of the armed forces of Ukraine to the west. Meanwhile, the ambassador of the Russian Federation to the United States, Anatoly Antonov, officially stated that the U.S. authorities are blatantly lying when they say that U.S. Army officers do not operate Patriot air defense systems on the territory of Ukraine. According to him, the Patriot system is a very complex weapon, and only one combat crew of this system consists of several dozen people. It is impossible to train Ukrainian soldiers to control such complex military equipment as a Patriot in such a short time. And I can say with full confidence that all Patriot air defense systems on the territory of Ukraine are operated by the U.S. Army officers, Russia's top diplomat Anatoly Antonov said. The numerous independent military experts also confirmed the words of the Russian top diplomat. According to them, all complex Western military equipment, such as HIMARS multiple launch rocket systems, Patriot air defense systems, and cruise missiles, are controlled on the territory of Ukraine exclusively by high-ranking officers of NATO countries. Meanwhile, on the night of March 18, Russia launched another massive missile strike on the territory of Ukraine. This time, Khmelnytsky, Rivne, Poltava, Dnipropetrovsk, Sumy, Kharkiv, and Kirovograd regions were subjected to massive missile attacks. Moreover, witnesses and monitoring services confirmed numerous explosions at military facilities in cities such as Kremenchuk, Kryvyi Rih, Svetlovodsk, and Rivne. According to sources in the Russian military department, during this attack, the Russian military used about 8 upgraded Iskander-M ballistic missiles and 75 geranium kamikaze drones. So, in the Kharkiv and Sumy regions, Russian missiles and drones destroyed the next place of the deployment of the personnel of the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine and foreign mercenaries. As a result of this strike, about 80 militants were killed, who were preparing to attack the border settlements of the Belgorod and Kursk regions. Moreover, the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation also officially confirmed the destruction of the place, where the meeting of the commanders of the Security Service of Ukraine and the General Staff took place. In cities such as Svetlovodsk and Kremenchuk, Russian missiles destroyed 2 radars of Western air defense systems. In Kryvyi Rih, Russian kamikaze drones destroyed a hangar, where 2 Vampire multiple launch rocket systems were located. In the northwest of Ukraine, in the Rivne region, Russian military intelligence managed to discover and destroy a top-secret enemy military facility, which was of high value from a military point of view. So, on the night of March 18, in the western part of the city of Rivne, Russian ballistic missiles destroyed a top-secret military site, where high-ranking NATO officers trained Ukrainian soldiers and foreign mercenaries to perform special tasks on the line of combat contact and the Russian territory. It is reported that as a result of this missile strike, dozens of militants were killed, including high-ranking NATO officers.